Hi Scorpio, welcome to your reading, your monthly reading for October 2023. The books you can see here at the sides are from the oracle decks I'm going to be using for today's reading. The book you can see in the middle is a book I'm going to be giving away as a birthday giveaway. I've said on the channel multiple times that I'm a Libra. We're now in Libra season and my birthday is actually on Friday the 13th this year. So Friday the 13th, I've learned in probably the last year or so, is actually associated with divine feminine energy. Libra, which is ruled by Venus, both of those, the planet and the sign Libra, are both also associated with divine feminine energy as well. So that is quite a bit of divine feminine energy. My 13th birthday was actually also on Friday the 13th, and I've never really considered it a day of bad luck, but to be honest, my 13th birthday party was a bit of a awkward disaster. I don't know if it was because everybody was around the age and it's an awkward age. My 18th birthday was also on Friday the 13th, so there seems to be some sort of weird theme in my life of sort of milestone womanhood milestones being on Friday the 13th. Anyway, if you would like this book, it's free. Send me an email. My email address is on my about page. It's also in the description box. If no one responds, then it will just go to a charity shop. It was a book that I ordered from World of Books and they sent me two by mistake instead of the one that I ordered. They said that I should keep the original, the original and the additional one, and that I could give the extra book to charity, but I want to give it away on the channel. So if I get one response, that person will automatically get the book. If I get multiple responses, I'll probably pull a name out of a hat, and I will announce on my actual birthday on Friday the 13th who gets the book if anyone actually wants it. So let's get into your reading for October and see what comes up for you. And we are going to start with the tarot cards first of all. We're going to use my favourite deck, which is the Everyday Witch deck. And we're going to see what your main theme is or main focal point will be for October 2023. So what does Scorpio need to know for October 2023? Okay, so your main theme is the Two of Wands. So the first thought that came to mind was choosing your path. But let's see what else comes up for you. So we are also going to get your specific energy. Nope, not taking those. That was too quick. So your specific energy coming into October. So Scorpio's energy, or what energy will they have or be bringing into October? Well, we've got your card, first of all, Death, number 13, and the Justice card. That's quite big energy, that is, with Death and Justice there. Let's look at any, I'll put it like that actually, any external energies that may be impacting things for you in October. So Five of Cups and Knight of Swords. Let's look at any past energies relating to this. We have the Four of Swords. Present energies, current energies. Four of Wands and Eight of Swords. Okay. Potential future energies. Do I take that? Yes. Okay. So it's the Lovers in reverse. And we'll get you some advice as well. Yes. I was going to ask, do we take it? And I'm getting a yes. So yes, we take it. So you have the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords, and the Hierophant as well as your advice. We'll get you some oracle cards as well, starting off with the Power of Surrender deck. This here, the advice definitely feels, well, so far it really feels about lessons that have been learned or learning a lesson. The Hierophant can be a teacher, a spiritual teacher. The Page of Swords is kind of a student in a way, aren't they? They learn about truths. And then the Ace of Swords can be like ideas, epiphanies, knowledge, new knowledge gain. So it really feels like a lesson as part of your advice. I'm not sure how that will fit in. I mean, I'm not surprised with death and justice together, but yeah, it wouldn't surprise me if it's to do with learning a lesson there. So what does Scorpio need to know from the Power of Surrender card? You've got a lot. Nobody got 3. I think only maybe one other sign so far has gotten more than one of these. So you've got surrender to silence. In quiet meditation or contemplation, let go and enter the stillness within. Silence can heal and replenish you. And that feels like that 4 of Swords card there, healing and rest as well. You also have surrender to receiving support and love. Allow the love and support of others in rather than trying to handle everything yourself. This can take the pressure off and simultaneously nurture you. So that does actually feel relevant to this 4 of Wands and 8 of Swords here, because 4 of Wands can be about foundations, but there's obviously something there. There's a bit of interference there of some sort that might be holding you back. And then we have surrender to play. Take a break from overthinking a goal. Do something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. So I think because we're going to get one more oracle card, can we squeeze them in? Let's see if I can push the cards in a bit more. Otherwise, we're not going to have enough space. I think that's about the best I can do there. So we'll put these all here. And then we're going to get a card from the Le Vampires deck as well, which is one of my favourite oracle decks. I am actually a huge fan of vampires. Well, not a huge fan. I was a huge fan of vampires. It was more so because from a very young, inappropriate age, I was always interested in horror films. I loved horror films, anything magical, mystical, those kind of things. One of my favourite movies of all time is the vampire movie from the 80s, The Lost Boys. And I was also a fan of the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie from the 1980s as well. So I do love vampires. So let's see, what else does Scorpio need to know? Okay, that was quick. Ooh, who else got this one? Was it Aquarius? Pisces? I can't remember. Somebody else got this. Love conquers all. Enduring loyalty. Eternal love. Lasting commitment. It is it's a beautiful beautiful message, and it was Pisces actually. And I did give Pisces special treatment with it where I read part of the message, so I think I'll do the same for you as well. So I'm not reading the whole thing from the book, but there are 3 key points that I think are beautiful within that message, so I'll read that. And it's interesting, you've got the lovers there, but it's in reverse, so we'll see. So the blessing of this message is: love is a miraculous state, and some loves are so powerful that destinies change and lives are remade within the crucible of its fires. The curse is a belief that love is powerless when it comes to difficulties, or that it fades, its light dims. Working with this card, love can be renewed, reignited, and enduring. Open your heart to the power of love. Know that it is a powerful force, and give it a place of honor in your life, your home, your work. Love is all there is. Work and live from that place where love dwells within you, and your life will be sublime. So this could potentially be about home as well. I mean, it can be about foundations, but it can also be about home. It can be about celebration as well. But let's clarify and get into your cards and see what we actually do get. So starting with that 2 of Wands, I originally said it could be to do with choosing your path, choosing a new direction, but let's see what we get from the cards, see what comes out for you as a main theme, main focus for the month of October. So let's clarify that 2 of Wands. Well, you have the King, the deck is upright, the King of Pentacles in reverse. Anything else? You have the 7 of Cups. You have the devil, and I'm already getting a sense of uncertainty in terms of choosing your path. Anything else? We have the moon, which I may clarify on its own. That actually, next to the devil, the moon is fear, isn't it? And we have the Knight of Swords. Is there a fear around the truth, possibly, in terms of choosing your path? Let's clarify I'm not going to clarify the devil or the moon, because I do feel together, and then with the Seven of Cups there as well, there's something about fear and uncertainty. But let's clarify the Knight of Swords on its own. Right, okay, yeah. So we've got the King of Pentacles there in reverse. So upright, he would be abundant, he'd be stable, he'd be the person that builds. Even if they only have a little bit, they can build on that. In reverse, it would be the opposite, wouldn't it? So again, uncertainty, maybe not feeling that you have enough. I mean, it could potentially mean that you want to do something, but you're not quite sure how to build it, or something to that effect, or you feel like you haven't got enough financially. But it does, yeah, I suppose it would be more along the lines of feeling like you don't have enough. And I'm getting something about independence here with that Nine of Pentacles and Ten of Swords. Relating to the King of Pentacles, is there something where you've been kind of left, where you feel that you have to do something on your own, or you've been left to do something on your own, and you're not feeling like it's difficult for you to choose a new path and a new direction because you are having to do it on your own, and maybe you're not used to that, or maybe you're just uncertain. There's some uncertainty about how to do things on your own. I mean, the Knight of Swords here could be where somebody came in and well, realistically, if I'm going to be quite blunt, it could be to do with a breakup or breakdown of a relationship, and now somebody's come in and said that they don't want things to continue, they want things to end, and then now you are left on your own to have to figure out how to move forward, how to be stable. I mean, if it was a marriage, because we do have death and just the Justice card here, don't we? And then we've got the Five of Cups there. Knight of Swords, sorry, is up here as well. It is possible that there's a divorce or divorce type energy, because Nine of Pentacles can be the single person's card. Ten of Swords is where something ends. Let's get one more for that Knight of Swords. That nearly went for the candle. Scorpio, you often go for the candle. Yeah, we've got Justice in reverse. So there is the possibility of divorce type energy. I mean, it doesn't mean you have to have been legally married, but it's like the ending of a contract, isn't it? I mean, death with justice, that's the end of a contract. Ten of Swords with justice is the ending of a contract. Nine of Pentacles is a single person. So there is the possibility of that kind of energy. It may not literally be divorce in terms of marriage. It can be the breakdown of any other kind of relationship, friendship, whatever, business. I mean, King of Pentacles is business related. But it does feel like there's something here where you are now kind of on your own, having to figure out how to move forward, and you may feel like you don't have enough material resources to choose a path. Maybe that's some sort of interference that's affecting the path you choose. Okay, I'm going to put these back. So that was here. Let's clarify your energy with Justice and the Death card. You could potentially be the one who has, if it is a divorce or that type of thing, or just any kind of contract breaking or relationship breakdown, then you could be the one that instigated it. But it's not. It could be either way. Either you've instigated it or someone else has. Okay, I mean, with the Five of Cups there, that does seem like it could be the energy of another person, so it could go either way, to be honest. Let's look at Justice and the Death card, please. They don't want to come out. I can actually see how the Oracle cards would fit. Okay, so we've got the Four of Wands, and that's kind of near enough in reverse, so I'm going to leave that as it is. We have the Eight of Pentacles. To me, again, that looks like it could be the energy of where a foundation, whether it be a marriage or whatever, has broken down, and then it's rebuilding, a need to rebuild. You may be, again, you're choosing a new path, so it's how to rebuild the foundation and putting in the work to rebuild the foundation. Yep, decision to be made there with that Two of Swords. Anything else? Two of Cups, okay. If this hasn't happened already, this might be something that is in progress in October, the breakdown of some sort of contract or divorce or whatever it is. Because you've got Two of Swords next to the Two of Cups, so it's a decision about connections. Get one more. Well, we get two more. We get Judgment. So that could potentially be deciding if it's a situation where it's already broken down or whether it's on the verge of breaking down. It's a case of, is it worth a second chance? You have the Seven of Wands there. I'm going to get a couple of clarifiers for that Seven of Wands. I take that as, it could be asking whether it's worth fighting for. But let's get a couple more for that. It's either, is it worth fighting for, or standing up for yourself in a situation that just isn't right for you. Queen of Wands is about standing up for yourself. And then Three of Wands to me can be about manifesting, putting your intentions out there. So again, it still goes with that Seven of Wands. Is it worth fighting for? Do I need to stand up for myself and manifest something new, or do I fight for what I've already got? But the focus would be on, what do you want in terms of choosing this new path? It needs to be something that's justified for you and right for you. And with the Death card there, I mean, it could be just contemplating if something is worth sticking with or giving it another go or leaving behind. But the Death card is a huge energy, and so is Justice. So it does potentially look more on the side of ending something, to make things fair for you, but obviously free will. You know your situation individually. Okay, and yes, I do see the elephant in the room. The Lovers in reverse with these divorce type energies, so we will get to that at some point. Let's look at the Five of Cups and the Knight of Swords. So that is external or surrounding energies. So I mean, it is potentially just a surrounding energy, as in not another person, like an energy around you of disappointment, potentially realizing some truths about a situation. It could be the energy of somebody else. I would say with the Five of Cups being there, I mean, it could be somebody that has said something, who has revealed a truth that has left you disappointed. It could be that you've revealed a truth that's left them disappointed, or the truth has just left people disappointed in general. But let's see. So Five of Cups and Knight of Swords. Ten of Wands. Okay, so truth about a burden potentially. Okay, the Star. What else? I'm not going to take that. I don't know, I just didn't trust it for some reason. Okay, there we go. King of Wands. What else? Strength. Get one more. Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Right, so again, I am trying to feel if this is you or another person, and I can't tell, to be honest. It could be either way. But whatever this is, whoever this is, clearly there's a burden been dropped here. So I would say there's been a truth about a burden, where somebody wants to go off on their own path. I mean, I keep saying that about choosing your own direction, choosing your own path. I think someone here has hopes and dreams that they want to pursue for themselves, that relate to themselves and what they want. You've got the Star here, which is hope, wishes. King of Wands is someone that takes action towards something that they want. You've got more fire energy here with the Strength card, which takes courage. And then the Fool is just kind of fearless in a way, aren't they? Ready to take a leap of faith. So there's clearly been a truth here about some sort of burden where it's very likely that someone, I would say someone rather than something, has to be left behind for someone to pursue their own path. And again, as I say, it's difficult to say. It probably is more likely you that has that's leaving someone behind, but it could go either way, to be honest. Again, you could be leaving someone disappointed, and you've revealed the truth, but it could go either way. It could be them that's left you disappointed. Okay. I think before I forget to say it, because I will forget if I don't say it straight away about the oracle card. So you've got surrender to silence and surrender to play. If you are someone who is going through some kind of divorce or divorce type energy, in fact, with all of these oracle cards going down here in particular, surrender to silence, surrender to play, surrender to receiving support and love. That's what you would need if you're going through that situation. You would need silence, rest, peace to heal, to recover. You need a bit of play, because when things get heavy, you need things to be a bit light-hearted, and then surrendering to receiving support and love. You would definitely need that if you're going through a divorce type energy, wouldn't you, as well? Love conquers all. I mean, I know we've got the Lovers there, which speaks of can often speak of romantic connections, but that love conquers all, that can be love for yourself, commitment to yourself, and also the love that you receive from, say, family, for example, people that are close to you, your best friend. If you're going through a divorce or something similar, that kind of love can conquer all. Strong friendships, strong bonds, strong family relationships, that can conquer all if it's not romantic. So let's continue. I just want to say and put it out there before I forget. So let's move on to the Four of Swords. So that, again, I said that looks like that surrender to silence card, where it speaks of rest, peace. It can be contemplation, where you've thought about making this decision, but let's clarify. Four of Swords is a past energy. Right, so I'm going to take that in reverse, the Chariot. And that to me is where you would have been deciding what move to make, is what I'm getting from that. Anything else? Yes, I'm just deciding if it needs to be taken or not, because I sort of listen out for a sort of signal in my head. Hierophant, Wheel of Fortune. Again, it's kind of divorce energy, isn't it? To be frank, the Hierophant can be about marriage, commitment. Yes, it can also be a spiritual teacher. It can be about learning lessons. I mean, whatever. Again, I feel like it's about contemplation about what move to make, and that would change everything, wouldn't it? If you were gonna divorce yourself from something. Let's get one more. Of course, it has to disappear down the side of the table. Okay, we have the King of Cups. That's where you know how you feel, but you're not saying. I didn't even realize this card was here as well. Ooh, Queen of Cups as well. Right, let's get one to follow on from that, because I wasn't expecting the Queen of Cups to show up as well. Okay, I think I know what it means. Yeah, I do know what it means, actually. So, again, and as I keep saying, this doesn't have to be about divorce, but it does feel like divorcing yourself from something, whether it is a spouse or a situation or people who are not romantically connected to you, but there is a divorce theme here. So again, I still stand by what I've said. It feels like contemplation of what move to make in terms of moving on from a commitment, basically, whatever that commitment is. It would change everything. And I suppose deciding if, again, I stick by what I said about the King of Cups, that's knowing how you feel and not necessarily saying it. But with the Queen of Cups there as well, it's sort of deciding if it's a match. So if it was a divorce in a marriage, for example, you'd be contemplating, is this person really my match? Is it balanced? Is it a balanced union? Is there equal give and take? Are we on the same page? You know, all of the things that you would consider in a marriage that would make it lasting and worth staying in. worth staying committed to, and will it work? Is it a match? And I feel like that's what's been contemplated here in that past energy. So I'm going to put those back because that feels pretty straightforward to me. So this is the present energy with the Four of Wands and the Eight of Swords here. So if you've got the Four of Wands twice, haven't you actually? If there hasn't been a decision or the truth hasn't been revealed just yet, or things are sort of in progress, then there's still a feeling, a little bit of a feeling of being trapped within this contract, this home, this foundation, whatever it is. But let's get some clarifiers on it. So Four of Wands, Eight of Swords as the current energy. You may have discussed, if it is a marriage, you may have discussed that you're not happy, or that you're contemplating leaving it, but you may not have made a final move or final decision yet. We've got Temperance, so you want to restore balance and harmony. You've got the Five of Swords there. That would be conflict. Conflict versus restoring harmony and balance. Anything else? We've got the Sun, and we have the Eight of Swords again. Get one more. We have the Emperor. I'm going to get a clarifier for the Emperor on its own. Again, that's about making a move, taking charge, taking the lead and making a move. It's still giving a sense of contemplation with the Eight of Swords, contemplating your foundation, what will make you feel free, liberated. I'm getting liberation, freedom from the Sun, happy obviously. Clearly still conflict here, trying to restore harmony. Trying to regain harmony out of the conflict and freeing yourself, making the moves. It's very much a sense of contemplation still, because we've got the Swords there, haven't we? So again, even if you have said how you feel to someone, I mean, if you're married and you want to get a divorce, you may not have even told the person. It may be that you've spoken to someone else about it to get advice or to get support. And you know, the thing is though, even when you don't tell someone, say if you're in a relationship and you wanted to end it, sometimes you don't. Sometimes people can sense it, can't they? I've been told by people before where they've been in relationships and they know things are going downhill, where they've said, oh, you know what, that person's probably going to dump me soon because whatever's going on. So that Five of Cups, it may potentially be an energy of someone sensing something before it's even happened, possibly, but it is a big sense of more contemplation than action at this point in time. Okay, I'm going to put these back. I mean, this could be needing to communicate as well, what you want and how you want to move forward. But as I say, at present, it feels more like there's a lot of contemplation and thought going into the next move to be made, more so than the action being taken. Let's look at the Lovers in reverse. Nope, I mean, what was that? That was the Knight of Pentacles. But let's, well, that would be the action, but it's very slow action. But let's try that again for the Lovers in reverse. Right, Page of Swords, that's a new truth to me. That is a new truth. Queen of Swords, that would be, it can be about boundaries. It can be about expressing your truth as well. Expressing that new truth. And this is future energy, the Lovers in reverse. We have the Page of Wands. That can be a messenger. Sometimes for me it looks like someone answering a call. Four of Pentacles, protecting what's valuable. Ten of Cups. I mean, I would say that your happiness is valuable, isn't it? And then Six of Cups. And I'm going to get something for the Six of Cups on its own. Yes, Page of Pentacles. What's that? Hermit. Get a couple more. This Page of Pentacles, I mean, it's not a kid on here, it's a grown adult on here, but it is meant to be representative of a child, and obviously you've got children in the Six of Cups. It feels immature, not in a negative way, but just by nature, the pages are meant to be children, so they lack maturity, don't they? And then the Hermit is the soul searching card for me. Okay, Five of Cups, yeah. So with this Lovers card, I would say that, again, going back to the whole marriage divorce thing, not saying that this is your exact situation because it's a general reading, but take the energy as you will, and it may relate in another way. If that Lovers card is a connection you once had or something that you once loved, it may have been very happy at one point. You've got memories here with the Six of Cups, but it may have been something that started off from a place where there was a lack of maturity. So at the time it felt good, it felt like it was going to last, etc. But over time you mature, don't you? The Hermit is mature, and in time maybe you realize that it wasn't right, it wasn't what you wanted, it wasn't happy. Obviously things happen, and it's not what it should be now. It's not that Ten of Cups anymore. I would say with that Four of Pentacles, again, you're protecting your own happiness, but at the same time there was I said there could be some restriction in terms of making a move where maybe you don't even feel, say if you're divorcing someone, you feel like, God, how the hell am I going to survive on my own? And it's that, isn't it, that where you're protecting your stability as well, but you also want your happiness. So this is future energy. I would say that you are wanting to stand up for your happiness and your truth and whatever it is that you want. I'm trying to see if it's more still a contemplative energy or one where action is actually taken. And I'm not sure if action is going to be taken yet, even in the future. It still looks more so like planning, contemplation. I mean, obviously, if you were going to divorce someone, it's not going to be a quick... For a lot of people, it wouldn't be a quick, right, we're getting divorced, you move out, you get a new house, blah, blah, blah. It's a long process. I mean, some people still end up living together for quite a while after they decide to separate, because divorce, I don't know how long divorce takes, I've never been divorced, but it's not a quick process. Sometimes it can take years, can't it? I mean, I'm pretty sure I know people who have been separated for well over a decade, probably longer, and they are still technically married. Like, they're not together, they live separately, blah, blah, blah. But because of the legalities of it, it just made more sense. It was more beneficial for the legal marriage contract to remain. So yeah, I can't see here if there's going to be action taken just yet in October. That doesn't mean that there will be no action at all. I mean, Four of Pentacles, sorry, is stagnant as well, isn't it? So that's like not moving. It feels a lot more just like a lot of contemplation, and any steps that are taken will be small. Like, say if you were separating, then maybe it's just that you move out, or one of you moves out, or I don't know. You know, sometimes when they say that people check out of a relationship mentally and emotionally before they physically do anything about it, and that can go on for quite a while, where you've checked out but you're still physically there. So it doesn't feel, I mean, free will, obviously, with your free will you do whatever you want, but it could be that you're kind of still physically there, but you have mentally checked out and you're still in the planning stages and the contemplative stages of moving on and moving away from this. I'm going to leave it there because there's nothing else I can say about that, to be honest. As I say, I just can't see physical... I can't really see physical movement yet. I just see planning, thoughts, deciding, the energy of ending, but not the physical movement of ending. Your advice here, we have the Ace of Swords, Page of Swords, and the Hierophant. So let's clarify that. So we have Nine of Cups. I would say first and foremost, because I said this looked like a lesson that's been learned, or lessons that are being learned. Your first lesson would be what your what really makes you happy on your own. Because the Ten of Cups for me is shared happiness. But you have the Nine of Cups here. So it's deciding how to be happy just by yourself without considering or not worrying about, but without having to take other people into factoring in other people, just for yourself, by yourself, what makes you happy, and learning lessons about taking the steps towards that with the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what else comes up here. This Page of Cups I'm going to put back because I think it may have been in the deck upside down by mistake, so it doesn't feel fair to have it come out upside down when it was already upside down in the deck by mistake. Yeah, Knight of Wands. So Knight of Pentacles is taking the steps. Knight of Wands is being willing to pursue a new path. Seven of Pentacles is deciding to invest in something, putting the effort into something. Let's get one to follow on from that Seven of Pentacles. I would say another lesson is in future, to really take time to consider what you want to invest your time and energy into. And I know that may come across slightly as a bit of a, it's not meant to be a criticism in any way or form, because obviously whatever situations we get into, it's good to, I think I can speak from my experiences. When I get involved with things, whether it is work, relationships, whatever, I always give 100%, even if, to be honest, at the very beginning I'm like, you know what, this ain't gonna work. If I feel like it's worth giving it a go, I will give it 100% and then see how it goes. And if it doesn't work out, then I've learned a lesson from it. But hopefully each time you do something, you become kind of more intuitive, and you get a better sense of what works for you and what doesn't. So I would say that's the lesson here, to learn from the experience, hopefully what is more likely to work for you in the future, if that makes sense. But I will get one more for that. Five of Pentacles, yeah, because you don't want to do things that are going to leave you like you're feeling out in the cold, rejected. Financially, you wouldn't want to invest your time and energy into things where you're going to end up at a disadvantage as well. But I think the big thing here, I'm getting a big sense of independence with this learning to be independent. It's not to say you can't get love and support, because that is here, but not to rely on other people to provide your happiness, or to even have to be involved with your happiness. Okay, so that's the advice, is to learn this. And you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get a clarifier for the Love Conquers All card, only because obviously it looks a lot like divorce energy, and we've got that here. As I said, the love for yourself should conquer all, and then you may receive love from other people who are close to you. That helps as well. But let's see if there's anything helpful. We've got Seven of Swords, which again, well, not again, but I would say that's about being truthful with yourself. Anything else? There's hardly any clarifiers left in this deck now. No, I'm getting a strong no not to take those, so I'm not going to take them. Try that again. So one more for Love Conquers All. Yeah. Hanged Man, that doesn't help. Anything else? It does feel still, again, about being honest with yourself. But let's get one more for that. Okay, here we go. Three of Pentacles. It feels like the lesson. Hanged Man can be where your beliefs change. Seven of Swords, yes, it can be about taking a risk. It can also, as I said, be about being honest with yourself. And Three of Pentacles is cooperation, collaboration. It's the lesson. Lessons about love, I suppose. Maybe lessons about what love really is, whether that be with a romantic partner, with family, with friends. Learning what that kind of love is really about. Let me go back to the book again. So the book said, love is a miraculous state, and some loves are so powerful that destinies change and lives are remade within the crucible of its fires. A belief that love is powerless when it comes to difficulties, or that it fades, its light dims. And working with the card, love can be renewed, reignited, and enduring. Open your heart to the power of love. Know that it is a powerful force and give it a place of honor in your life, your home, your work. Love is all there is. Work and live from that place where love dwells within you, and your life will be sublime. It really feels like learning a lesson about what love really is, including love for yourself, but with others as well, equally, in terms of overcoming challenges, whatever it is. Yeah. Messages are coming into me, but I'm finding it, because we know things come in so quickly that you can't actually explain it. I would say one example I would give is if you, I did speak earlier about where something was immature, didn't I, or lacked maturity. Like say if you married someone and it was kind of a little bit premature, or you just both weren't, and it's not even necessarily dependent on age, because there are people who are older that can get married and they're still just, it's not that they're an immature person, but in terms of their approach to relationships, or their sense of what love is immature. That kind of thing, where you could have married each other but you just weren't, I don't know, there was just something, a lack of maturity within that marriage, and you couldn't overcome the problems together, or the way you dealt with things. Something was immature about it. Not saying that you're immature people, but there was something immature about the marriage and the connection and that kind of thing. So it's learning what real love is about, and I can't elaborate any further than that. I can't really explain myself. I know what I'm thinking, but it's about genuine love and support. I mean, what is the point of a relationship with anyone, whether it is romantic or family or friendship? It's to enjoy each other's company, to genuinely share love and support, isn't it, amongst other things, to overcome challenges, to stick together. That's all I can say, really. But I just feel like there's a huge lesson here about what love really is, and learning how to be happy by yourself, learning about what your own happiness is. I hope that made sense to you. It makes sense to me in my own head, but sometimes it's really hard to explain what you're trying to say. So hopefully you understand it and it makes sense. I'm going to get a final message from, if I can reach it, because I've put it far away from myself, the African Goddess Rising tarot deck. Let's see what we get from this deck. Any more advice for Scorpio? I'm not going to take her. I don't trust her. It was betrayal. It was a card saying betrayal. And I'm not taking it because it said betrayal. I'm just not taking it because the way the cards fell out of the deck was really weird. So let's try again. She may come back out actually if it's meant to be. Yes. Okay. We are going to take this one. And we are going to take whatever this is, which is storms. Oh, yes, storms. Okay. Let me get the book. So we have, if I can actually pick them up off the table. Oh, I can't even pronounce this. Okay, let me look in the book. I can't even pronounce that. It's Soul Forgiveness for a start, 28. Okay, this is really hard for me to pronounce for some reason. Mbokomu, I think that's it. And it's going to make me keep saying it as well and mispronounce it. So I apologize if this is anyone's name. But it's Soul Forgiveness, Goddess of Soul Forgiveness. And she's connected to the Lover's card as well. For the Ngombe Bantu Goddess Mbokomu was the first woman. Her father, Congo, the cranky supreme god, put Mbokomu and her loud children in a basket and dismissed them to earth. Her guidance is, who do you need to forgive? Let it go and reclaim yourself. Forgiveness is a gift of freedom for you, from you. You can't rush forgiveness. You have to feel it to heal it. Feel the pain, hurt, grief, rage, and despair. Take time with your heart. Forgiveness is a higher vibration frequency than the pain you must allow yourself to feel. Unforgiveness colors your world with lack, mistrust, and resentment. You start to see everything through victim-colored glasses. But forgiveness does not have to include reconciliation. Start with self-forgiveness. Say out loud, I forgive myself with love. The Goddess Declaration says, I forgive and free myself. I forgive and free others. It feels like it fits, and to be honest, I'm not going to elaborate on that because I think if the reading resonates, that will resonate as well. The only thing I will say in terms of that Love Conquers All card, another meaning for that card could be where, if this is a divorce type situation, it's where you may have felt that the love in the relationship would conquer all, and that's where the decision making comes in. Can the love that you have or thought you had conquer all, or not? But let's move on to the final card, Oya, number 13. And it says, she's the goddess of storm. She's a water element. Wielding her powerful sword of truth, Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid and uncontrollable change, and, at times, chaos. The winds of change are in motion. Into every life a little rain must fall. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly, at other times change is swift. What would you like to change? If you are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people and life to treat you better, you go first. If you attract betrayals, stress and strife, the common denominator is you. That is actually very, very harsh. I mean, it's not incorrect, but it's just harsh, isn't it? Beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings and practice self-compassion. The declaration says, I make shift happen. Again, I feel like if this whole reading resonated with you, then I don't need to elaborate on this message. I think the message here will resonate with you as well. And I am watching because I don't know if the camera has already cut out and restarted, or if it's about to. It probably has already. I actually love the Tower card, and I actually really like storms as well. I don't know why, it's quite weird, but that's something recent for me, like say within the last year or so that I've felt that way. Anyway, that's your reading. I'm not going to say hopefully it resonates because it is quite heavy, but I wish you all the best in whatever path you're choosing, whatever decision you're making, and I hope the reading helps with that. Again, if you would like this book, this vintage tarot book, send me an email and I will announce who gets it, if anyone does want it, on Friday the 13th of October. Feel free to leave your comments as usual. Thank you for watching the video, and until the next one, take care.